Breaking news, and this is the very moment millions across the globe have been anticipating. Viewers, keep watching because what we about to share has the potential to change your financial future forever. For years, speculation and endless conversations have surrounded the long-awaited revaluation. Often called the RV of the Iraqi Dinar, the Vietnamese Dong, and the Zimbabwean Dollar. But here in 2025, those whispers have turned into undeniable fact. Contract rates are now live. Banking systems are refreshing their screens. Global exchange centers are officially beginning redemption protocols. If you've ever wondered when the day would finally arrive, it is here. This isn't just another news update, it is history happening in front of us. In this broadcast, we'll walk you step by step through every critical detail. For months, the same questions have echoed worldwide. Will the RV happen? When will it begin? Will the rates ever be revealed? Today, those questions are no longer theories. The long-discussed revaluation is officially underway. And now, contract rates for the Iraqi Dinar, the Vietnamese Dong, and the Zimbabwean Dollar are showing up directly inside live banking systems. Tier 1 banks in the United States, including names such as Chase, Wells Fargo, and Bank of America, have activated exchange screens with executable values. These are not trial figures, speculative placeholders, or demo numbers. They are actual, functioning rates that can be redeemed right now. For currency holders, this marks the end of the wait. The screens have updated, the numbers are genuine, and the redemption process has started. Leading this monumental change is the Iraqi Dinar, which is now spearheading the global currency reset. Verified reports confirm its live value has surged beyond $3 per dinar, a figure long dismissed as a fantasy by skeptics. Yet, for participants in structured contracts or tier-based groups, the figures climb even higher. Confidential reports hint at contract rates exceeding $4 per dinar, instantly transforming modest holdings into wealth on a scale many never imagined. For those who waded through years of doubt and dismissal, this is the ultimate confirmation. Iraq's currency is no longer a matter of speculation, is now a representation of national recovery and global acceptance. The revaluation is live across multiple international banking hubs. The Vietnamese Dong, often described as the RV's second powerhouse, is also making extraordinary moves. After decades of undervaluation, the Dong is finally being recognized at rates that deliver tangible financial change to its holders. Current trading screens show impressive upward growth. And for those tied to pre-registered groups or structured tiers, contract rates extend those opportunities even further. While much of the spotlight shines on Iraq's breakthrough, the Vietnamese Dong is proving it deserves equal attention. For many, this once overlooked currency has shifted from a quiet dream into a remarkable windfall, now available through secure, professional banking channels. Yet perhaps the most surprising story belongs to the Zimbabwean dollar. For decades ridiculed as worthless and written off entirely by critics, it has now entered center stage in a way few predicted. Confirmed live exchange values are visible on screens, and structured contract agreements often linked to asset-backed arrangements are producing payouts that exceed nearly all projections. What makes the Zimbabwean dollar stand out is its close connection to humanitarian projects, infrastructure investment, and community development programs. For holders, this means the redemption of their notes brings not only personal gain, but also an opportunity to fund progress on a global scale. Once dismissed as useless paper, it is transformed into a tool for growth, influence, and lasting change. This rollout is not confined to the United States alone. Verified updates confirm that banking centers in London, Frankfurt, Hong Kong, Dubai, Toronto, and Sydney are also live, showing identical exchange rates and opportunities. This simultaneous activation proves the RV is a globally coordinated effort, not a single nation event. Multiple financial hubs are working in perfect synchronization to open redemption centers, schedule appointments, and implement security procedures. The message is clear. This is not simply an American banking story. It is a structured worldwide financial reset managed at the very highest levels. Inside redemption facilities, the atmosphere has been described as electric. Staff members are working under strict instructions. Security procedures are fully active, and appointments are being booked in carefully managed phases. Armed guards, biometric verification, and tightly monitored schedules are ensuring that operations remain smooth and secure. Currency holders are being reminded that this process is highly controlled and not a walk-in event. Everyone must present identification, proof of ownership, and in some cases, additional documents to qualify for contract-level exchanges. This system has been deliberately designed to safeguard both the integrity of banks and the protection of currency holders throughout the process. The focus of headlines remains on contract rates because they represent far more than the public screen values. Every participant has the option to redeem at standard live rates, but structured tiers and specialized agreements linked to humanitarian efforts are unlocking far greater payouts. Iraqi Dinar holders within contract groups are seeing exchange numbers rise above $4 per unit. Vietnamese Dong participants are encountering life-changing figures well beyond traditional expectations. And Zimbabwean dollar holders, especially those tied to humanitarian-linked projects, are discovering returns so large they could finance development across entire regions. These structured agreements ensure that the wealth created is not only personal, but also contributes to global stability and long-term renewal. At the heart of this moment lies an even greater challenge: responsibility. For many, this will be the first time they have access to wealth of this magnitude. Financial experts warn that sudden wealth, if mismanaged, can disappear quickly. To prevent this, redemption centers are pairing currency exchanges with wealth management resources. Teams of planners and legal specialists are guiding participants through the creation of trusts, the development of long-term investment strategies, and the protection of assets before leaving the center. This process is not just about exchanging currency, it is about ushering holders into an entirely new level of financial stewardship and discipline. Meanwhile, social media communities focused on the RV are exploding with energy. Images of live banking screens are circulating, and first-hand accounts of exchange appointments are flooding online forums. For many, the emotions are overwhelming relief after years of doubt, disbelief that it is finally real, and gratitude that their patience has been rewarded. Families who held onto their currencies despite ridicule and skepticism are now staring at futures where debts can be erased. Homes purchased and legacies built for generations. What once felt like a distant hope has transformed into a concrete, verifiable reality. But with this excitement comes caution. Experts are warning that sudden wealth attracts scammers and predators, fake advisors, fraudulent opportunities, and deceptive investment schemes will appear rapidly. This is why strict non-disclosure agreements, compliance procedures, and wealth management contracts are in place. They are not merely about control, they serve as guardrails, protecting participants from costly mistakes during their first steps into newfound wealth. The system is built to shield legitimate holders from the same pitfalls that have historically destroyed sudden fortunes. Compliance remains another critical factor in this process. Every individual must prove their notes were obtained legally, with receipts, certificates, or records of purchase when requested. Quiet background checks are being performed to prevent illicit funds from entering the system. Compliance officers are carefully reviewing documents, while every redemption step is logged for security and accountability. This isn't about intimidation, it's about ensuring the legitimacy and sustainability of one of the largest wealth transfers in history. The structure in place guarantees the RV will stand the test of time. The ripple effect of this revaluation reaches far beyond individual lives. It will reshape entire nations. Iraq now enters the global stage with a respected currency. Vietnam gains long overdue recognition for its rising economy and financial stability. Zimbabwe, once synonymous with collapse, is now an example of how asset-backed currency can create resurgence. The United States, positioned at the center of this rollout, has reinforced its influence in guiding the architecture of a new financial system. This event is not just about exchange rates, it is about power, stability, and the rewriting of global economic balance. Viewers, as this unfolds before your eyes, remember, the RV is here. It is live. It is global. Contract rates are confirmed and redemption centers are open. But with opportunity comes responsibility. This is not simply about becoming wealthy, it's about establishing stability, building legacies, and helping shape a new financial future. For holders of Iraqi Dinar, Vietnamese Dong, or Zimbabwean dollars, the opportunity is unlike anything history has ever seen. This breaking moment ends years of speculation and begins a new age of redemption. Stay tuned with the Iraqi Dinar news channel for continuous updates on this extraordinary transformation.